I was born on September 22nd, 1942, in Little Rock, Arkansas. My parents always taught me that if I worked hard, I could achieve anything. So I worked as hard as I could. Problem was, I wasn't given the same opportunities as everyone else. I grew up in a family full of teachers. My mom was a teacher, my dad was a teacher, my grandma was a teacher, both my aunts were teachers. I grew up knowing the value of a good education and what it could do for an individual later down the road. We didn't exactly have a ton of money, but there was a roof over our head, food on the table, and a great family to surround it all with. We lived in a small Black community just on the outskirts of town. People had always treated us differently. Everyone treated me as if I had some disease, like there was something wrong with me. Like if we sat on the same seat on the bus, they would automatically get some horrible illness. But what do they know? I'm just like them. I'm no different than anyone else. Obviously, everyone don't think like that. There was a set of laws a couple years ago that stated that while we were separate from the white people, we were all equal and that was how we were to be treated. We still had our separate drinking fountains, buses, restrooms, and so on. I really didn't want to have to live like this. Everything was different from the white people. It was almost as if our lives were separate. We went to different schools, buses, parks, shopping stores. Everything was different from them, and I was done living like this. When the time came for high school, I wanted to get the best education I could. I didn't care if I had to go to school with the white kids. That didn't matter to me. All my life, I'd gone to school with kids with the same color as me, but I knew the white school was real nice. It wasn't that the school in my community was bad, but I knew the white schools would give me better opportunities later in life. And I knew that was what I wanted. I only wanted to better my education. I never would have thought that any of this would have happened, not in my wildest dreams. I never would have thought that President Eisenhower would have to send military troops to keep us safe. But I also didn't think that the governor of Arkansas would have to send in the National Guard to keep us from entering. Life always has a way of surprising us. I was sick and tired of them white people thinking they were better than us. We are no different from them. We should be able to do everything and anything any white man can do. But most important, we should be treated as real people. But everyone don't think like that, and I don't know why. I sent in my application to Little Rock Central High School and waited for them to respond. I wasn't sure if I would ever hear back, let alone get accepted. I was happy. Real happy, and so was all my family and friends, but I knew the white kids wouldn't be. I knew they would bully us, make us feel like we were worthless. We had already been told by the school board that life was about to get real rough for us. Nothing was going to be easy, and we all had to know that. My initial thought was, I didn't sign up for this, but then it dawned on me that they wanted me to quit, that they wanted me to give in. I thought there was much more at stake than me going to school. I knew no matter how much I wanted to, I couldn't give in, and I wasn't planning on it. I remember the first day like it was yesterday. Some of us walked, and some of us took the bus. The National Guard was set right at the main entrance to the school, not allowing us to enter. People were shouting and yelling horrible threats. That was when I knew it was going to be hard, harder than we were expecting. As predicted, we were bullied, real bad. People would come up to us and spit in our faces or say mean things, and that was only the beginning. One afternoon, Melba had acid thrown into her eyes, and another, they trapped her in the girls' bathroom and tried to set her on fire. Even Min Jean was suspended for 6 days because she accidentally spilled a bowl of chili on a group of white boys. It wasn't fair for any of us. Me being the oldest in the group, it was hard to keep everyone positive. It was also hard to keep myself positive. We just wanted to go to school. That's all. Why was that so hard for people to handle? Times never got any easier. Just as I had expected, times only got harder and harder and harder. Day after day, kids would come up to us and taunt us, but we were told not to fight back as the parents might go after the school and even our families. It was so bad that we couldn't even use our own lockers. We had to carry every single notebook, textbook, and binder with us, no matter where we went. Nothing was easy. It's a sad reality to life, but no one, under any circumstance, should have to go through what we went through. Later that year, I successfully graduated high school and even had the honor of having Dr. King attend my graduation ceremony. Looking back on everything that happened, I do not regret a single decision. I stood my ground when needed, and I did what I needed to do to keep myself safe. My name is Ernest Green, and I was one of the Little Rock Nine.